Bermuda exists.
Like this, and we were, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And he's like, this is on live television.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. You can imagine if I lose my whole life, what am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know. They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly. And the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of government. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up. And they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, what they thought about it. Because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble. Not good. Believe me, not good.
Look, talk about education. School, not daycare. School. Look, talk about education. School, not daycare. School. Look, talk about education. School, not daycare. School. We bring social workers into homes of parents to help them deal with how to raise their children. It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear words.
Dumb people, liberal people.
Well, it was an amazing phone call, and 40 Wall Street actually was the second tallest building in downtown Manhattan. And it was actually, before the World Trade Center, was the tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest, and now it's the tallest. And I just spoke to my people. Well, it was an amazing phone.
And by the way, I don't think that's some grand conspiracy. I think this is sort of what power is. I mean this at a sort of high level.
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room.
That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I'm going to take a position.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. To everybody else.
8 months after his alleged meeting with the Bermuda executives, so this Bermuda, they say, pronounce it Bermuda, a real beautiful company.
You know, the truth of the matter is that when you look at some of my policies, In a lot of ways, Richard Nixon was more liberal than I was.
Is this thing on? Holy shit. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Above It All. Y'all. Haha, see? Look, I rhymed. I'm a rhymer. That's what I do. So I'm just throwing that out there. Yeah, hello everyone. It is currently 10:02 a.m. on the eastern coast in the beautiful state, and by beautiful I mean it's okay, it could be better, of North Carolina. And it is currently December 20th, 2020. Lots of 20s going on. 12, 20, 20, 20. What the fuck, right? Like Jesus Christ, you know? But, that's what's going on. And, oh no. Alright, so, I'd like to thank you all for joining me today. Today is obviously Sunday, to the best of my knowledge. And, yeah, so hello Praxis Bay, hello Lilith, hello Dusty, hello Witch Shunt, Cloud, But Is It Art, and Aunt Tifa? God bless. God bless. Alrighty, y'all. So I've got a variance of variables to discuss in ranging from sources such as Variety to other various outlets. I'm just anyway. I'm sorry if I'm a little low energy. Let me chug the rest of my coffee. I did not sleep well last night. Every once in a while, I just have a hard time sleeping. Temperature, all kinds of stuff. So I didn't sleep that well. I managed to fall asleep at around like 1:30. So, bear with me here. A variety of variables and various variations? Absolutely. Dog on shirt? Absolutely. This is Rush the Dog, also known as Rush the Dog from the Mega Man franchise. That's correct. Rush is from the Mega Man franchise, and I like Mega Man. So anyway, I've got a bunch of shit I want to talk about today, but I don't it's always I never know where to start with this shit. There's always so much, right? And the least amount of people are here at the start. Should I start with something the least interesting? What should I do? I don't know. I have no idea, right? What to do, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So, let's start with basic stuff that we already knew. Let's start with the shit that, we already knew, right? We already knew this, but, let's get into it. So, according to a Data for Progress poll, apparently 88% of voters want a $1,200 coronavirus relief check. 88% of voters. Now, this is an important number because it cuts through that 20% authoritarian fascist kind of number. Usually when you see polls that poll basic human decency versus the exact opposite, you're going to land at a soft cap at around 75 to 80% typically. And the idea that this goes upwards of 88% is pretty bizarre, right? It goes to show you that most people, even the fascists, are struggling for the, income right now during a locked down kind of state. Well, most states aren't locked down, so I don't really, I don't know why they don't just pick themselves up by their bootstraps and go get an essential job, right? They just don't. They won't. They refuse, right? Because they're lazy. But even the authoritarian fascists, the lazy fucking lazy boy wife beater losers, they still want a coronavirus relief check, and I think that that's pretty interesting. 85% of voters also want Congress to pass a coronavirus relief bill before the end of the year. And we're running out of time on that one. Yeah, so again, I just want to focus on the 2% that don't know. That's an interesting thing. Those are the 2% that just haven't heard of a pandemic. What, there's a pandemic going on? That's those 2% right there. It's what's going on? Oh, a relief? What? Well, relief from what? Like, you know, these people are probably just like, you know, playing Second Life all day or Third Life, whatever life they're on. And I don't know, man. But it's certainly bizarre. I really don't understand how you can have a don't know option on this. Like, do you want free money? I don't know. But certainly very interesting. Absolutely very interesting. And I think it's worthy to know that we're probably not going to get $1,200. Like, if we're lucky, we might get $600. But we're probably not going to get $1,200 unless there's been some new development that happened over the last, like, 8 hours that I somehow missed, which is totally possible. Totally possible. But it seems that we are not going to be getting. And obviously, $1,200 doesn't even crack this. That doesn't even, like, scratch the surface of the actual economic destitution that Americans are in. 40% of renters in this country are more than $2,000 behind on rent, and the eviction moratorium is ending this month. So, throwing that out there, definitely not good in any capacity or circumstance. It's a really bad time.
No good, really bad for you.
Unbelievable. Hello, Twam. Hello, Unknown Stoyle. Welcome to the broadcast. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone's having a great day. Hopefully everyone is, you know, just having a wonderful day, you know. If you're not, that's okay too. It's actually not okay, but, you know, I'm going to work on it. Like, we'll work together on making your day a little bit better, you know. But I'm working on it. I'm doing my best here. Twam says, that's less than some people's rent. What about their backlogged rent mortgage payment since, like, March? Absolutely. What we need in this country, bare minimum, is $2,000 a month retroactive to March. So for every month that we have dealt with this disease, give us some fucking money for it, in my opinion. Now, obviously, that's not going to happen because we live in a third world country with a Gucci belt. But if we did, I don't know, maybe live in the richest country in the history of humanity, maybe that would be on the table, right? But, you know, what are you going to do? London is in shock today. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate the segue for that one. That's beautiful. All right. So, over across the pond, as they say, across the pond, the United Kingdom, not so united anymore. There's been an onslaught of battles. There's been a flurry of warfare in the United Kingdom. And I'm not talking about Brexit. I'm talking about the war on Christmas, everybody. The war on Christmas has struck the United Kingdom. Christmas canceled for millions. Unbelievable. Unpack your bags. Witty tells anyone planning escape from Tier 4 zones, unpack your bags. Oh my god, dude. I can't. Unpack your bags, right? So it's official, everybody. The UK has collapsed. They're a failed state. They have decided to join the war on Christmas. This is an international disaster right now. But the war on Christmas is raging strong. And let's keep... Bozo stuffs Xmas. I can't, dude. I can't. U-turn puts millions in lockdown. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think I know what this needs. I think I know what this segment needs. Alright, everybody, so let's keep scrolling. This, of course, is from the BBC. Sunday Express. Fast-spreading COVID-19 wrecks Christmas. I love, like, the bizarre, like, disheveled photos of Boris Johnson that they've got. Like, the guy just never, like, knows how... Like, he's not photogenic, let's be honest. Like, he always looks bizarre at every time. Your big lockdown TV and streaming guide. Christmas is canceled by surging mutant virus. Mutant virus. Personally, I prefer the mutant enemy to the mutant virus. But again, Boris Johnson looking very bizarre. Looking like he's one of the frames of, like, you know, like the Doom guy, like, you know, thing going on. Just looking in a bizarre direction off of the paper. We're drinking 50% more now than in first lockdown. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's shoot for 100%. Mac is back. Legendary cartoonist joins the Moss. Blah, blah, blah. Will the nightmare ever end? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Will the nightmare ever end? I'm loving this. Lost Xmas. Again, with the bizarre photos here. Right? This bizarre public fury over last gasp change of mind. Warning of an economic cost in billions. Now, again, imagine unironically thinking that at any point it was okay to go to your families for Christmas in this pandemic. Like, that's the thing, right? It's like, it's one thing for the leaders to tell us, no, you can't do it. But it's another thing for the idea that millions of people are like, damn, I was going to do this, but now I'm not. That is the scary part. That is the fucking horrifying aspect of this whole story. Is the idea that there were millions of people that like, I was going to go see my Meemaw. And now they can't, right? Like, it's just bizarre stuff. Mutant virus kills Xmas. Got a little bit of a Boris Johnson looking forlorn here, looking like he's looking over, like, you know, the casket of someone he's pretending to care about at a funeral photo op, right? That's what he's looking like right there. But you know, there's lots going on here. The Daily Star accuses the government of a lack of clear thinking and consistency. It fears Mr. Johnson no longer has the confidence of the voters, who are likely to ignore the new rules. Now, again, imagine, right? There's millions of people that just don't believe in germs. That's the world we live in. Millions and millions of people do not believe in settled science that has been settled for hundreds of years. They just don't believe in it. Germs? What's that? I'm immune. The Sunday People says his characteristic dithering has created a shambles. Fucking dithering, dude. I can't with dithering. But either way, this is really funny. The war on Christmas strikes again. The UK has fallen to the radical left, and they've decided to, you know, just kick the can down the road. We're going to have to wait another year before we can celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior. Or something like that. I don't know. This whole holiday season, like, honestly, I'm becoming more and more of, like, a nihilist every single day. Just looking at the idea that millions and millions of people, right? Millions of people are like, germs? What? Next, you're going to tell me that, you know, the sunlight provides energy for the plants. Next, you're going to tell me that when there's wind, that, you know, there's a wind chill and you're more likely to get, you know, cold or frostbite. Next, you're going to tell me that, you know, the water goes in the sky and then comes back down. What? Unbelievable. Next, you're going to tell me that, you know, like, again, like, if you don't understand my analogy at this point, I don't think there's any speaking to you at this point, but, like, seriously, dude. Like, they just don't believe in germs. They just, germs. Fuck it. What's a germ? They probably don't even know how to pronounce it. Germs? What are germs? What are germs? I don't know what germs are. I ate an orange today. My immune system's full powerful. Fucking unbelievable, dude. These guys are primo dullards. But again, the left has won the war on Christmas, everybody. The war on Christmas. Germs are real? I thought it was a conspiracy theory. Me too, buddy. Me too. The problem in the UK is government is keeping schools and workplaces open. No, the same thing here, buddy. Same things here. Hello, James Asmat. Unfortunate last name, but welcome nonetheless. How you doing, buddy? All right. Okay. How's everyone doing? Hopefully everyone's doing pretty well. I'm like 20 minutes into this little fucking thing that I do. I do this thing where I have like a bunch of web pages open, and then like I stream myself reading the news, and then I hope other people watch. That's this thing I do. And I'm already 20 minutes into the thing. So that's pretty impressive. As Joe Biden would say, you know the thing. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But yeah. So again, hopefully everyone's having a good day. All right, let's move on. So, do you remember, and I believe it was the third presidential debate of course, I'm referencing 2016 because we only had 2 this year, but I think it was the third presidential debate. It could have been the second, I'm not sure. where Donald Trump said loudly and proudly, in a contrast with Hillary Clinton, he said that he would be tough on cyber. Now, at the time, I took that as a personal attack. I thought, what? My username on the internet is cyber, right? You know, so I thought that was a personal attack. Donald Trump was saying he's going to be the toughest on cyber, that it's going to make your head spin. He's going to be so tough on cyber. So let's read. I've got this article from The Independent about just how tough on cyber Donald Trump actually is. So, a former FBI deputy has alleged that President Trump has been diverting money from cybersecurity resources to build a wall, interesting, at a time when the nation is under attack. Speaking to MSNBC, the radical left, MSNBC, radical left, on Thursday about a report published in Politico that revealed that hackers accessed systems at the National Nuclear Security Administration. Frank Figliuzzi, a former FBI deputy director, all these titles, man, and the modifications and qualifications of these titles. You got the director, you got the deputy director, you got the assistant deputy director. What is with all these positions, dude? Like, can we just have like one? Like, come on, man. For counterintelligence, said that the reason such attacks are occurring is that the budget for cybersecurity under the Trump administration had been squeezed in order to prioritize other things. Make no mistake, our nation is under attack, and it appears to be ongoing, said Mr. Figliuzzi. How does something like this happen of the magnitude where 300,000 clients of a private company are potentially impacted, including the most sensitive agencies in our government? It is because the Russians were able to find a single point of failure in our supply chain. Unbelievable. These are words being spoken on MSNBC by the former FBI deputy director. All right, let's go on. Meaning this product that comes from SolarWinds is a network management product used by too many, quite frankly, of all government agencies and too many of our telecommunications companies, 10 of which were compromised as far as we know. So far. I love that. So far, right? So far. So, it is a larger issue, Nicole, of supply chain management. All right, so I love this, the Russians. Remember, it was like the last 4 years, it was Democrats and the Russians, Democrats and the Russians. Now it's the Republicans and the Russians. It's very interesting stuff. The Russians found the weakness, and it exploited it, and was still learning the extent of the damage. And Natasha reported that our nuclear components have been impacted, and one of the words that is jumping out there, the reporting is damaged, right? I'm sorry for my dyslexia here. But again, this is pretty interesting. Donald Trump, again, of course, fired the director of cybersecurity because they said the election was secure. Very bizarre stuff. Mr. Figliuzzi explained why he thinks the cybersecurity resources lack sufficient funds. Said, we have a president diverting money, billions of it, to build a wall, changing personnel at the top of the Pentagon, and we've not heard one word about the plan or strategy to respond to this ongoing attack. He says such attacks are happening more often because there is no one in charge from the Oval Office down throughout the intelligence community. We use SolarWinds at work. I think it has been turned off for the time being. I don't know what SolarWinds is. Cloud, would you mind telling me more? Talk about the Brazil situation. I don't know about the Brazil situation. Would you mind informing me? Hello, by the way. It's just like 9/11. We're going to need the congressional oversight and increase the figure of increase to figure out what in heaven's name has happened. Who is in charge? Where did the failures occur? We need oversight. We need oversight. I just realized that this isn't even on the screen. I'm sorry, I'm reading this and you can't even see, but it's okay because I'm reading this with such enunciation and power here. So I apologize for not having the article on screen. He also warned that troubles are waiting for the president-elect, who will have to take Cyber attacks, more seriously. Joe Biden's going to be the toughest on cyber that you've ever seen. He's going to be so tough on cyber, it's going to make your fucking head, not only is your head going to spin, right? But Joe Biden is going to be so tough on cyber that your head's going to spin so fast that it's going to explode, right? That's what's going to happen here. This is a warfare and battlefield, and it means that Joe Biden on day one is going to be fighting another kind of virus, the cyber kind, capital cyber, of course. The cyber kind. Love it. So this, of course, is bad news, but, you know, what are you going to do? You can read this article yourself. Again, I apologize for not having it being displayed on screen, but, you know, I'm an amateur here. I'm just a jag-off comedian, so what are you going to do? But yeah, we're gonna have to be tough on cyber in this country because the Russians are coming or something, I guess. I don't know what's going on, but something's happening and it's not good. Believe me, not good.
Not good. Believe me, not good.
Unbelievable. Oh no, Mario. Yes, Mario, Mr. Mario, that was the deputy director of the FBI, of course. Does Joe Biden even know how to use a computer? Now, that's a great question, actually. I'm not sure. Everybody remembers what side Italy was on in World War II, right? I remember. Obviously, Max, of course, is being gross in the background, so don't mind the fucking dog. But, hopefully everyone's having a good day. Hopefully everyone's, you know, feeling good. I would like to ask everyone, what did you eat for breakfast today? What was your first meal of the day? Personally, I had milk and coffee of the soy variety. That's what I had. And tasted pretty good. You know, you got some decent amounts of fibers. You know, you got some proteins. Start your day off. You know, the metabolism gets what it needs, and then it starts rumbling. Bada boom, etc. You know, hopefully you're not eating bread this morning, or at least white bread. Could you imagine eating white bread? Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. Honey checks. Unbelievable. S31 Cow, thank you for telling me, because you're about to be put on blast. You ready for this? You ready for this? Now, I'm going to destroy you, so just, you know, bear with me here. I'm going to destroy you. Okay, so let's see. I found a nutrition label. All right, here's the nutrition label for Honey Chex. Let's check this out, everyone. Let's check this out, okay? So what is S31 Cow putting in their body? Ingredients: whole grain corn, cornmeal, sugar, cornstarch, honey, salt, molasses, Jesus Christ, canola oil, baking soda, natural flavor, natural almond flavor, vitamin E, added to preserve freshness, right? Now let's get this little image here. Let's open this up. Let's scroll in. We're diving in, everybody. We're diving in. 12 grams of added sugar in one bowl. 12 grams of added sugar in one bowl. Let's be honest, S31 Cow. Let's be honest. You and me, let's be honest. You didn't just have one serving. You poured that motherfucker. You didn't get like a measuring cup. You didn't you didn't take the individual flakes out of the box and put it into a measuring cup so you know what. You got at least 3 servings. Let's be honest, S31 Cow. Let's be honest. And did you use 1/4 cup skim milk? Come on, S31 Cow. Who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? Only 2 grams of protein? Right? Unbelievable, right? If you've got more added sugar than you've got protein, I've got news for you. You're eating poison, right? You might as well drink a fucking 5th of vodka for breakfast, right? You might as well. What's the difference? Oh, I know the difference. Vodka's gonna make you feel way better, and it's healthier for you. Believe it or not, it's healthier for you. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, just throwing that out there. S31 Cow put on blast. You gotta stop eating cereals, folks. They're not good for you. They're not good. Technically cereal, but later on homemade breakfast burrito, of which the contents I will not disclose in fear of persecution by Big Vegan. I'm not even a vegan, buddy. I had eggs for dinner yesterday. But if y'all are curious, and I'm going to do some free advertising, y'all like fucking cereal, right? Everyone loves cereal. Cereal's amazing, right? I recommend a brand called Magic Spoon, right? Check this out. This is Magic Spoon. You can buy this online, right? Look at this. Let's look at the peanut butter flavor. It's got elephants on it. Love that shit, right? Let's check out the nutrition label for Magic Spoon. Look at that. Sugars, 0, nothing, bitch. Protein, 11 grams. Dude, that's gonna fucking get you going. Your metabolism's gonna thank Christ, right? Dietary fiber, 1 gram. Boom. I should try to get a sponsor link for Magic Spoon. I really should. But yeah, Magic Spoon, I definitely recommend them. If you want cereal, I like cereal. I used to eat cereal a lot as a kid, and I've got some Magic Spoons. So whenever I want to go on a cereal binge, eat some Magic fucking Spoon. You'll thank me later. Your metabolism, your liver, they're gonna thank me later. How is it sugar-free? Magic Spoon uses a sweetener that is extremely low calorie. I think it's like 1/10 the calories of sucrose or fructose, you know, or like that kind of stuff. And it's like more sweetness. I think it's called allulose, I believe. So there you go. You can look that up, but that's another thing is like, you know, there's all these kinds of healthy sugar alternatives that we can have. It's just that capitalism, it's not an artificial sweetener. It's a sweetener found naturally in, I want to say, let me look this up actually. I think allulose is found in like the Amazon. Let's see. I'm looking this up here. It's in wheat, and it is in jackfruit, figs, and raisins. Allulose. So if you've ever had a raisin, you've had allulose. Bada boom. There you go. But it's a healthier alternative. So, Chad Magic Spoon versus Virgin Lucky Charms. Absolutely. Hello, guys of the Wolf, by the way. Absolutely, yeah. No, Magic Spoon is legit good. For sure, I recommend them. Speaking of things that I recommend, you ready for that? That's a perfect segue into Nina Turner. She gave an interview on MSNBC. This first part, you don't need to watch it. Trust me, I did it for you. But I want to play this second and third video because, one, I just love Nina Turner. And then also, this is how she's being treated on MSNBC, which is pretty interesting, right? This is pretty interesting. Of course, MSNBC has aired probably at least 100 of hit pieces against this woman. So it's interesting that she's getting a nice interview here. So let's watch.
They might come down to...
Of course, for those of you that don't know, she is running for Ohio's 11th congressional district. Pretty good stuff.
An executive order, particularly if the Republicans still control the Senate. You've called voting for Joe Biden like eating a bowl of sugar honey iced tea, I'll say, but you know what I'm talking about. How will you work with this administration after being so vocally critical about them during the campaign?
In that moment, Tiffany, you know, I was just thinking about the suffering of people. And so sometimes I'm a hell-raising humanitarian, and sometimes I can be a little brazen at times, but no one can question my integrity for standing up for the people. And in that moment, I was just thinking about the suffering of people, the lack of health care, and especially in a pandemic where we know we absolutely need to have universal health care in this country. You know, folks not having clean water. It was those kinds of things that were swirling in my head and my mind at the time. But that does not mean disagreement, does not mean you can't work with someone. I want to give a very real example of the vice president.
I just want to say this part of the interview is very good. So she's immediately asked about like her negative comments against the new president-elect, which, you know, can be pretty, you know, that's shocking. You know, someone might see that and go like, this bitch is crazy. She hates Biden, right? And she did a great job. No, Max, don't go down there. She did a great job of kind of deflecting that whole thing. Kind of like, you know, just, Max, don't go down there, buddy. You're going to break my desk if you go down there. Don't do that. She did a great job of deflecting and moving it on toward like, yeah, I care about the people. And yes, I will criticize certain politicians if they don't do things for the people. It makes her look authentic and I like it. Max, I swear to God, if you don't behave, I'm going to put you in timeout. No. this fucking dog. Anyway, let's continue.
An elect. We all may recall that during a debate, she really called out Vice President Biden's
This part's great, by the way.
Particularly saying, I was that girl. But now she is the vice president-elect. So that's just one example of how you can have fierce disagreement with somebody, you can go hard with somebody, or ham, as the young people say, and still be able to work with people. And I have a proven record of doing that. Tiffany, I declare today that I am willing and will and can work with anybody that is willing to stand up for the least of these, the poor, the working poor, and the barely middle class in this country.
So comparing her criticisms of Biden to Kamala Harris's criticisms of Biden, really good strategy there. And I think that she's handling this interview very well. And again, I don't know when the special election is quite yet. But it's going to be probably in 2 months ish, I think, is usually when these special elections play out. So I'm going to continue here.
That is why I'm running to serve. And the recalcitrance that you bring up of the Republicans really has been the biggest barrier to the opportunities that we must provide for the people of this great nation.
So when I told people I was talking to you today, there are people in the district even, you've been really critical of the Democratic Party as well. And a lot of people tweeted me and DM'd me and wanted to ask, are you a Democrat?
Again, I know, but I know this is such a dumb fucking question. I know. Are you a Democrat? I know, right? I know. The idea is Kamala Harris not a Democrat? Well, she criticized Joe Biden. That means she's not a Democrat, right? It's such a dumb fuck argument. I know. But watch Nina Turner handle this with utmost clarity.
Well, let's see. Let's check the receipts. Because my loyalty, Tiffany, overall, is to the people that I have served and that I will continue to serve, and not necessarily to a party. And those things.
Whoops. Okay.
Another example, Tiffany, exclusive. Yes, being a part of the Democratic Party is important, but having a vision that provides provision for the people and being willing to stand up. If being a Democrat means acquiescing, then that's a different thing. Working with somebody and being able to hold people accountable, two different things. So let's talk about the receipt. Cleveland City Councilwoman, Democratic Party. Ohio State Senator, Democratic Party. Democratic nominee for Secretary of State in 2014, Democratic Party. Delegate to the DNC for first Senator Barack Obama and then President Barack Obama twice, 2008 and 2012. So, yes, I am a Democrat. I will continue to hold my party accountable. And that is the great tradition of this country. Another example, Tiffany, our ancestors have fought in every war in this country. Just as they fought to preserve this country, they also challenged this country when it came to how we were being treated or mistreated, if you will. So those two things, both serving in and serving with, but also challenging to do better, they go hand in hand. They are not mutually exclusive.
Right. And the people.
So that was again, the whole idea, right? That the tribalistic kind of aspect, right, is just bizarre. It's bizarre, right? But again, as she says, she lists out all of her credentials being the idea that someone's going to cancel Nina Turner for not being a real Democrat is honestly ludicrous. With Bernie Sanders, he is not a Democrat. He is an independent, and that's a whole different thing. But the thing is here is that she's also weaving in Barack Obama, she was a delegate for him and stuff like that, right? So she's doing a really good job of appealing to that kind of person, that base of I'm a Democrat, I'm proud of that, and she's doing a good job.
The party doesn't define the people. So Nina, I have to tell you, I have 8 more questions for you, but we're running out of time. So please promise you'll come back, because I think these conversations are so helpful, and I appreciate you joining me this morning.
Went through a hurricane together. I heard that rumor that you and Jeff Johnson went through a hurricane together.
We did. That's right. I was Jeff Johnson's producer. We literally drove through Louisiana together during a hurricane. I've been in this business a long time, Nina. That was 10 years ago. I can confirm that vicious rumor. Thank
there you go. Anyway, I don't really care about the post conversation. I'm sorry. But anyway, Nina Turner going at it, doing a really good job. There's this like brand of like dumb, like, and when I say dumb, I mean like dumpster sludge. Like, you know, like dumpster sludge, right? Like on the inside of a dumpster, when you scrape your, like, imagine this is a dumpster, right? And you scrape the side of the dumpster and then sniff your finger. That's dumpster sludge, right? So there's this like kind of dumpster sludge leftist attitude where it's like, how dare she run as a Democrat? I hate Democrats. They cheated Bernie out of the primaries, so Democrats are evil. And if you run as a Democrat, you're evil. And like, dude, if any of those freak shows are following me, please shut the fuck up. Please shut the fuck up. Nobody likes you. You're insufferable. You're a loser. You're not a leftist. You're a tribalist, nonsensical individual, right? She's running in a heavily Democratic district, and she's got like less than 2 months to campaign. Like, bitch, motherfucker, pay the fuck attention to the dynamics of this fucking country. You think Nina Turner is gonna run as an independent with in a special election where she's got like 5 weeks to fucking canvass during a pandemic where she can't, like, how dumb are you? How dumb are you? If you're one of those people and you're following me, please either unfollow me or stop being dumb. Those are my 2 requests. But either way, I support Nina Turner for Congress. Obviously, I don't live in Ohio, but if you do, hit that shit up. That's good stuff. But yeah, there you go. Love it. JP2059. Maybe I missed it on a previous episode, but exactly how do I support myself? I mean, do you work? Money has to come from somewhere to pay for those high-quality natural ingredients. I don't eat high-quality natural ingredients. I make like $300 a month on YouTube and various other ventures. But thank you for the question. I appreciate that. All right, so I've got some other stuff I'm going to talk about here. So we're going to be talking about dogs, right? And we're going to be talking about cops. Those are the next aspects of this broadcast, right? That's just, it's great stuff. It's great stuff. So personally, I love one of those things and I hate the other one. And I'll let you figure out potentially which one is which. But let's talk about dogs. Okay, dogs are cool, right? Dogs are cool as fuck. I love dogs. So let's check it out. So I saw this this morning, and I was like, mummified Ice Age puppy, gotta click. So this is a little bit of a scientific discovery here. So this is from inverse.com. Puppies get into everything they shouldn't, from trash cans to your holiday dinner. I'm looking at you, Max. I'm looking at you, you fucking freak. Look at this dog. Look at this dog, right? This dog knows what's going on. This dog was eating trash yesterday. This fucking dog. That's right, Max. That's right. You are a dog. You are a dog, right? This fucking animal was eaten out of the garbage, right? I was going to the bathroom. I walk out of the bathroom, and what do I see? This motherfucker's got his paws up. This guy's got his paws up on the rim of the trash can. I'm like, Max, no. Max, no. I feed you enough as it is, motherfucker. That's right. That's right. Back on the floor. In a study published this summer, researchers discovered a clue to these ancient dogs' lives, hidden inside the stomach of a mummified pup. A chunk of woolly rhino. Now, first of all, woolly rhino, sign me up. I love woolly rhinos. I love woolly mammoths. I love rhinos. Add some wool, and you got a cool animal. The discovery of a well-preserved animal sample inside another animal is as gnarly as it is rare. The finding enables scientists to better understand what the predator-prey dynamics between these ancient creatures might have looked like. It also prompts questions entirely new to science, like, how did a puppy take down a rhino, right? Interesting. So here's what a woolly rhino might have looked like. Oh my god, don't you just want to hug this thing? I love this. I love fluffy friends, personally. The discovery was announced in August in the journal Current Biology. It came as part of a larger study looking at how climate change affected Ice Age fauna. During this research, scientists discovered a mummified Ice Age puppy named Tumat after the Siberian location he was found in. Adana Lord, a postgraduate student at the Center for Paleogenetics and first author on the study, recounted to Inverse at the time how shocked the researchers had been to discover a hidden artifact inside Tumat's belly. In the past, the remains of plants have been found in the stomachs of preserved ancient creatures, but another preserved ancient creature? Interesting. As far as we know, it is very unusual to find tissue from another animal preserved in the stomach, Lord says. Ugh. Ugh. I'm sad. In fact, these samples were so well preserved, the team was able to genetically analyze both Tumat and his woolly rhino snack. The reason why they were so intact is because they were encased in permafrost, a subsurface layer of soil in polar regions that stays frozen year-round. Lord says the soil acts like a giant freezer. Tumat appears to have met an untimely demise after his rhino snack. Interesting. I thought this is a scientific journal. These are supposed to be the smartest people in the world, and they misspelled his. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. After his rhino snack, perhaps even falling into a snowy crevice and being buried by the snow. Our friend fell. Oh no. Well, disastrous for Tumat. The cold essentially mummified Tumat's body, allowing today's scientists to learn about the dog's life and times thousands of years after it lived. Intact fur and skin samples like this are especially useful for genetic analysis, Lord tells Inverse, because they provide more DNA for sampling. Using this information, scientists can begin to piece together what Tumat's life may have looked like. For example, Tumat could have been part of a large scavenging pack that hunted big game like woolly rhinos. Look at this fucking thing. The grin of Tumat, an Ice Age puppy. Oh, look at this Ice Age dog. Working on these sorts of specimens gives us better understanding of what the Ice Age animals looked like compared to their modern counterparts, Lord says. This allows us to ask a whole host of questions regarding their population and evolutionary history. So I love this kind of stuff. I want a woolly rhino. I just want a woolly rhino. I just want one. I want an Ice Age puppy and I want a woolly rhino. I need both of those things. So I'm just saying. But yeah, there you go. There's some science. There's some cool stuff for you. Boom. There you go. How's everyone doing today? I'm going to be talking about cops next. So, and I'm not talking about the TV show. I'm talking about, like, you know, fucking cops, right? So that's what I'm going to be talking about next. Are you fucking seeing this dog? Are you seeing this dog? Like, I know there's audio podcast listeners. I understand. But, like, look at this fucking dog. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You going to do any cooking shows in the future? I would like to, but my cooking, like, it's just really cold downstairs. So I'm kind of like, you know, in and out, you know? And doing a video makes cooking take, like, twice as long, you know? So it's like, maybe I'll do some. If they're highly requested, I mean, sure, right? But, you know, what are you gonna do? Alright. So let's talk about motherfucking cops, right? I hate these guys. They're the worst, right? So let's go. Boston Sergeant placed on leave as videos of George Floyd protests prompted investigations. Let's read. This is from NBC News. It also is accompanied by a video that we're going to watch. So excited, right? A police sergeant in Boston has been put on administrative leave while officials investigate alleged misconduct after peaceful protests in response to George Floyd's killing turned violent. prompting arrests and clashes between demonstrators and law enforcement. Boston Police Commissioner William G. Gross announced, what a wonderful name, by the way, William G. Gross, right? Like, imagine what a more apt name you could have. Announced the move Friday after the online news outlet The Appeal published body camera footage showing how officers handled the crowds during the protests. A total of 53 people were arrested, 18 bystanders were hospitalized, and 9 officers were treated for injuries in the June 1st incident, Boston.com reported. The Boston Police Department did not say what the sergeant's name, did not say why the sergeant's name wasn't released, and did not respond to a request for comment. A spokesperson for the Boston Police Patrolmen's Association also did not respond. Really makes you think. Some video clips show officers threatening demonstrators in profane language, showing shoving protesters in the ground to the ground with batons and pepper spraying them. One of the clips shows an officer telling a colleague that he hit several protesters with his police vehicle when it was surrounded. The colleague interrupts the officer and reminds him that the body camera is recording their conversation. I will play that video in a moment. The Appeal reported obtaining the footage from attorney Carl Williams, who is representing some of the protesters arrested on June 1st. Williams obtained the body camera videos as part of discovery file encompassing 44 videos and over 66 hours of footage, according to The Appeal. So these are how the Boston fucking cops, talk to one another. I'm telling you right now, these guys are as cartoony as you could possibly imagine, so get ready for this.
Dude, I drove down there was an unmarked state police cruiser that they were all fucking around. So I overcommit, like, so I got the fuck. Dude, I drove down there was an unmarked state police cruiser that they were all fucking around. So I overcommit, like, so I got the fucking Tremont Park, and I was in the middle of fucking. So then I had to fucking keep coming, fucking running. I'm fucking hitting people with the car. Did you hear me? I was like, get the fuck.
And then this fucking beta male. And that's, again, there are no good cops, right? You might be thinking, oh, this guy with the unmarked car, right? This is a bad cop. Everyone else is good, though. But this cop is like, whoa, you're confessing to a crime. I've got my camera on. Let me walk away. There are no good cops, motherfucker. What don't you understand about that?
Did you hear me? I was like, get the fuck.
This thing is on. This thing is.
Oh no! I know. What I'm saying is
this part. This guy's like, oh no, it's on. Oh no. What I'm saying is, I was in the unmarked car, and then I just drove all the way home, and then I tucked my kids in and gave them ice cream and read them a bedtime story, and then I came over here to tell you about that.
Oh no! I know. What I'm saying is, though, they were in front, like, just like. Didn't hit anybody, and, like, just driving. It's all shit. My windows were closed. The shit was coming in the fucking way. It was pissed. So, you know, I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Fucking crazy, dude.
Just turned on.
This thing just fucking went on automatically.
It just turned on.
This thing just went on fucking automatically.
It just turned on. Again, like, this guy at the end, it just turned on. I don't know. It just fucking, you were telling me about the unmarked car, and then all of a sudden, my camera just turns on. I don't know. I can't control it. Just turned on.
This thing just went on fucking automatically.
Just turned on. I can't with these motherfuckers. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, I know these guys are scumbags, but, like, just, like, this, like, giggle that this motherfucker, like, does before, like, walking over here, the giggle is bizarre. Like, look at the context here. This guy, right? Like, where did this guy come from? Like, just right over there, right? Okay, so this guy is like, like, he sounds like motherfucking, like, Count, whatever the fuck their name is, from the fucking Sesame Street. Like, it's bizarre, right?
Dude, I drove down the street. There was an unmarked state police cruiser. They were all fucking around. So I overcommit. Like, so I got to fucking Tremont Park, and I was in the middle of fucking. So then I had to fucking keep coming. Fucking running. I'm fucking hitting people with the car. Did you hear me?
I'm hitting people with the car. I can't, dude. These motherfuckers. But these are cops. This is what they do. They just, like, this is what they do. They brag about it and they go like, yo, I just fucking hit some people with my unmarked car. Right? Yeah, I just, potentially murdered people. I'm gonna go over here and laugh about it with my boys. And then again, at the very end, I just
fucking went on automatically. Huh? This thing just went on fucking automatically.
It turned on. It just fucking went on. It's not like, it just fucking turned on. Unbelievable. Again, these guys are dumb as fuck. And you, like, trust them in charge of your, like, health and safety? You trust these dumb motherfuckers? You fucking trust these dumb It just fucking turned on. You were telling me about you killing people, and then it just fucking, my camera just turned on. Unbelievable. But again, this is just really funny stuff. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the show today. Does anyone have questions, comments, or concerns? Does anyone have anything they would like to say to me? Does anyone have anything that they would like me to read? Does anyone have anything, just at all, in any capacity whatsoever? And if you do, let me know. Let me know. So, there you go. That's it. That's the show. Q, favorite type of bird? I'm going to go with the eagle because I love America. I'm just kidding. I like watching chickens. Chickens are really fun to watch. Chickens are good birds. Raceclassacademy.com. Okay. I like blue jays. Wake the dog up. They taste good too. Chickens do not taste good. I think eating chickens is heinous, personally. It's also bad for your health. And it also just doesn't taste good. You can get the same taste from things that don't require killing people. But hey, that's just me. That's just me. What am I? I'm just a fucking vegetarian here, right? I'm just saying, hey, maybe we shouldn't kill people. Hey, maybe genocide is wrong. Maybe, actually. Maybe. I don't know. But what am I to say? What am I to say? Having billions of creatures locked in captivity in cages and turned into into factories. That might just be bad, actually. Good quality meat in sensible portions is not bad for your health. Okay. Do you eat meat every day, though? Because if you do, that's not sensible portions. And, just saying. Like, Americans are like, I'm gonna eat meat for breakfast. I'm gonna eat bacon. And then lunch, I'm gonna eat salami. Look at me, big strong man. I eat meat. Dinner time. Steak. Steak. Like, y'all are fucking crazy, dude. Like, seriously, like, y'all are fucking nuts. Like, fucking eating meat every single meal of every single day. And then, like, in between the meals, you're eating beef jerky strips. I'm a... meat. Like, dude, like, y'all are fucking nuts, dude. It's crazy. Like, there's some mental illness going through the men of this fucking day and age. Bizarre, right? It's absolutely bizarre. Because let's be honest. The men are the ones that get, like, erect when they eat a steak. Like, let's be honest, right? Women are not looking at a steak and, like, fucking, getting horny on the inside. Men are the ones doing that. Like, let's be honest. How many times have you said, like, I've watched King of the Hill, right? I know what these people do. Like, Jesus Christ. Americans prefer to eat lead? Yeah. Americans are dumb as hell. Americans are fucking dumb. Like, I know there's two parts of the critique, right? There's critique part one, that good, like, everyone is innately good, and it's just that the system of society that we live in kind of just crushes the potential for people, right? Like, you know, 88% of Americans have metabolic syndrome because they don't know how to eat properly. Well, you can say it's because the food industry subsidizes the unhealthy foods, and then the schools don't tell you about proper nutrition, and then their parents don't know how to cook and don't teach them to cook, right? So you can make that critique. And then you can make the other critique where it's like, dude, we have access to the internet. Learn how to fucking cook, motherfucker. Like, that's the second critique. Like, dude, like, look at the nutrition label. It's there for a reason. Look up those words, like, one time, right? And people just don't. Like, and that's, like, part two of the critique, right? Because, like, again, like, we have the internet. We can look anything up at any point. And people are still drinking a 6-pack of Coca-Cola every day. The fuck? Like, that's bizarre. Well, what are you gonna do? Hey, what are you gonna do? I'm glad that I'm getting my metabolic health in order when I'm 24 and not 54. Coke or cola? That's the eternal question, Mr. Freak Glitcher. Coke or cola? The world may never know. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Goodbye.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family.
And he's like this, and we were, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And this is on live television.
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ
exists.
As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room.
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up, and they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint when they thought about it, because whoever thought of that idea is in big trouble.
Look, talk about education. Does in fact have 3, 4, and 5-year-olds go to school, not daycare, school, to help them. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone. Make sure the kids hear words. School, not daycare, school.